this desk, huh? We got a lighter. We got the famous bag. Somebody suggested that I do more tapping, so we will be doing that. You know who you are. But yeah. Let's try to clear off this dirty desk. Still got my trusty pen. Still here. You know how they say, new year, new me? Well, I'm pretty much the same. I don't know about you guys. Anyway. I'll just put this to the side, I guess. You got some Mentos. I think it's just, it might be too loud. Mentos, the fresh maker. The fresh maker. You know, yeah, somebody wanted to tap more, so I thought I tapped that. I thought I tapped that. Let's tap that right now. We're tapping that. You wanted the taps. Here they are. We're gonna tap this. I should make a 50-minute video of me just tapping this. Tap that. Alright, let's get to the games. I think it's enough clowning around here. I don't know where to put this. Oh, right there. How about that? Coin. Alright, let's get to the games. First game on top of the stack I have here is Far Cry 4. And I hope you guys can see this well. Limited edition. I'm a big fan of the Far Cry series. I've been playing Far Cry since Far Cry 2. And I feel like the series hasn't really changed that much since Far Cry 3. But, essentially Far Cry 4 was just a bigger version of Far Cry 3. You're in Karat, which is in the Himalayas in this one. The villain in this story is not that great, honestly. I was not really impressed by him. And everybody kind of dogs this game anyway as the weakest Far Cry. One of the weakest Far Crys, that is. And this is bothering me. There's something that's shaking over here, so put that down there. Yeah, Far Cry 4. Honestly, it is too big. There's just so much to do in this game. It took me like a couple years to actually finish it because I just kept getting bored and stopped playing, over and over. Eventually I did beat it. You guys know what Far Cry is. I don't think I have to explain it that much. It's a good shooter. I don't think they'll ever really top Far Cry 3. I think that one kind of changed the game, that changed the landscape Reignited trilogy, the original 3 games remastered. This was a fantastic game. I never played Spyro before. Spyro was one of those games that was on PS1, and I never. You can hear it in case. You can hear Spyro trying to get out right here. I never, was into Spyro. I thought it was a very kiddie game, and it is a kid's game. I mean, 100%, but it was really, really good, actually. I played through all 3 games. I platinumed this trilogy. Got all the trophies. Had a blast. It was a fun game to play. And yeah, this trilogy, if I can read these, I don't know if I can read these. The print's really small. Yeah, I can't really read them. But you get the original 3 games. Lots of fun. If you like collectathon games, that's upside down for you, isn't it? If you like collectathons, this is your kind of game. You go around collecting eggs and stuff like that. And, honestly, I'll be straight with you guys. I played this game on acid. 100%, and it was fantastic. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Just the way the grass was moving, and just the colors, and I felt like I was in the game, and I just love the detail, and that's why I kept the game, because I feel like I'm gonna go back and play it one day, or if I get a girlfriend that's really into games and she hasn't played that, Alright, next game is Ratchet and Clank. Finally, right? Now I think Spyro was also Insomniac, if I'm not mistaken. But their next franchise after Spyro. No, actually I think Sucker Punch did Spyro. I don't know. I forget. With the major Sony studios, they kind of get mixed up in my head. You got Sucker Punch, you got Insomniac, you got Guerrilla Games, you got Naughty Dog, and Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch, and Insomniac. They were making your platformers, right? They were making your big mascot games, and this was my favorite. I fell in love with Ratchet and Clank and Insomniac at the very first game on PS2. The original Ratchet and Clank, and for PS4 they decided to remake the original game, reimagine as they called it, to align with a movie that was coming out, the Ratchet and Clank movie, which was a little bit of a disappointment. I feel like they really missed the ball, missed their chance with Ratchet and Clank, and the movie just came out too late, and it wasn't entertaining enough to be a movie. It does work better as a game. I would say this game is better than the movie, the companion movie that came out with it, But yeah, how do we feel about this game? I actually, that's a good tagline. The game based on the movie, based on the game. Now, I'm a big Ratchet and Clank fan. I love all the games. There isn't a Ratchet and Clank game I don't like. I even like the PSP games like Size Matters and Secret Agent Clank, But I would be lying if I said this game wasn't a little bit of a disappointment, because there's a thing with the first game, and that is Ratchet and Clank first meet and they are not friends. In fact, Ratchet is trying to get rid of him the first game, and they don't have a lot of chemistry, and they're kind of mean to each other. And I love that about the first game. I love that they're not friends right off the bat. It takes them the whole game and this experience together to form their friendship. sucky because they're missing out on a great story, But I might be alone with that. I might be alone with that opinion. I don't know. All I know is that I love Ratchet and Clank, and I platinum all the games that have trophies. But anyway, on to the next game, and this is actually one of my favorite game series of all time, and that's Ace Combat. And this is Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. And it does come with the VR mode, and I do have a VR for PS4, and it's pretty cool. It's just like one mission though, I think. So, but excellent game. This was a return to form for the series. After Ace Combat, I want to say Ace Combat 0, they kind of tapered off, and they started making Ace Combat games that were not Ace Combat games. They were more like arcade type games, and it just wasn't working. And I'm so glad they went back and they made a real Ace Combat game, because I think a lot of people first discovered this series with Ace Combat 4. I think that's the first one most people have played on PS2, and I was a big fan of that game, and I got them all as they were coming out, and just super addicting. I think everybody remembers that Puddle of Mud song in Ace Combat 5. That starts the game. Feel the rush of superior air power. And it really is a great flight simulator, but it does have that arcadey, combat to it still, but it just feels real. I don't know, if I actually ever get a chance to fly in a jet, I imagine this is what it might be like. I don't think I'll ever get that chance though. And yeah, great series. If you've watched Top Gun Maverick, you might want to go and pick up Skies Unknown and give it a shot. If you like Top Gun Maverick at all, you'll probably love Skies Unknown. Great combat. Alright. Alright, let's do this one first, actually. This was the first game I got with my PlayStation VR, and that is Astrobot's Rescue Mission. Big surprise. This came with the PS VR, and it was very good. I feel a huge surprise. I wasn't expecting this game to be anything. I thought it was just going to be like a little tech demo, but it's actually an enjoyable game that utilizes the PSVR in really cool ways. And they continued with this Astrobots thing. It made Astrobots Playroom for the PS5. It's the first free game that comes with every PS5. It's automatically on the system because it's to show off the DualSense controller. But that game also is a cool game, It's a very cool game. And this is too, I feel like this is another, PlayStation mascot now. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a lot of fun. And, it didn't really waste your time, The game, has an ending, And it's not too long. This is definitely like the first game you should play if you ever get a PlayStation VR, which they are coming out with the second VR soon, so that'd be cool. Actually, I haven't touched my VR in a minute. I haven't touched that in quite some time. But get back to it eventually. Alright. Here we go. This is one of my favorite game series of all time. And that's Mega Man. And this is a Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. I have the first Legacy Collection downloaded on my PlayStation 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the first Legacy Collection comes with the first 6 games, I believe. You know, I love Mega Man. A lot of people think it's too hard, and yeah, these games get pretty hard. But, you know, I played it when I was younger, so it's kind of like muscle memory at this point. It's infused in me. It definitely was a part of the reason why I still play games to this day is Mega Man. You know, I think everybody's first game is Mario. But back in the day, we had a Super Nintendo, and the first game I played on that was Super Mario Bros. All-Star Edition. And then I got Mega Man, and I played that. Just awesome game. There's like stuff on the side here. They're sitting on the shelf for a while. You know, if you don't know what Mega Man is, Mega Man's a little robot dude, created by Dr. Light, and he is constantly fighting his arch nemesis, Dr. Wily, who's constantly creating more and more robots that Mega Man has to take out. In Mega Man, I want to say 2, it might be 2 or 3, you find out Dr. Wily was like an alien in that game. It was like the weirdest ending ever. But yeah, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. You know, go seek it out, find these collections, and play them. They're probably super cheap by now. And speaking of Mega Man, let's continue with the Mega Mans and talk about Mega Man 11. Now I just showed you the Legacy Collection, which goes up to 10, and then it took them like another, 15 years plus to get Mega Man 11 out. This actually just came out a couple years ago. Yeah, the first Mega Man game was 1987. This is a 30-year, anniversary thing. And this game was a lot of fun. It looks beautiful. It plays great. It's really responsive. The bosses are not as memorable as I was hoping. And it was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. A lot of people were hyping it up, saying, "Oh, it's going to be like super hard," but I didn't really get that. I got through the stages in the first or second attempt, every stage. So, Mega Man's back though. I was very happy to play this, and it's only a 3 gigabyte minimum. It's a very small game, but yeah, I'm just happy that we got Mega Man again. I don't know if they're ever gonna make like another Mega Man. It feels like it's been too long, and I don't think Mega Man 11 sold that well. So, oh well, right? Oh, you know what? Let's talk about this game now. This makes sense to talk about now. And that is Shovel Knight by Yacht Club Games. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Very reminiscent of games like Mega Man. Side scroller with a level of difficulty to it. And if you haven't played this game, what are you waiting for? I think if you get this game, you get the Treasure Trove Edition automatically, which comes with all the DLC, which they gave away for free after a certain time. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games. I remember it was challenging, but it's a challenge that you can beat. The game's designed to get beaten. But yeah, first time playing the game, it's really difficult. But then, like the second I beat the game, I went right back and I started over, and I went through the whole game again, and I pretty much did it in waste your time. You get in, you shoot a bunch of Nazis, you get out, Who doesn't like killing Nazis? Especially in Castle Wolfenstein, which is where this game takes place, I believe, right? It's an homage to those old Wolfenstein games. Wolfenstein 3D and whatnot. But yeah, I absolutely adore Wolfenstein. I have the first game downloaded on my console, so I kind of just want to get the physical copy just so I can have all the Wolfensteins next to each other, But yeah, good shooter. You kill Nazis. It's what more can you ask for? Alright, next game is a game that got a lot of shit when it first came out. And that is No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky by Hello Games. Hello Games. Hello Games. Hello Games. Hello Games. Hello Games. The universe awaits. It's a 5 gigabyte game, by the way, which is like mind blowing. They just had a whole procedurally generated universe, and it only takes 5 gigs to install. It's like out of this world, literally. But yeah, it's a game that got a lot of flack when it first came out, and I never understood that. I was actually very disgusted with the internet and gamers when they attacked this game so hard. Because Sean Murphy, the creator of the game, supposedly lied. But he didn't lie, because all the features he was talking about that weren't in the launch version are in the game now. So, what I believe happened is that those features were always in the game, but their studio got flooded. A lot of people don't know that while Hello Games was making this game, they were near the finish line of making this game, and their studio got flooded, and they lost all their data for this game, and they had to rebuild the game again, and they were working against deadlines, and they had to get the game out at a certain time, so they put the bare bones version out with the intention of adding all the features that were always there to begin with. And looky, a couple years later, all those features are in the game, and people are praising the game. They love No Man's Sky now. I'll never really forget or forgive the internet for attacking this game so hard. What's wrong with you guys? This is a 12-person studio, and their studio flooded. They had to rebuild this game from scratch in like a year. And no one cared. It's just like they attacked this game with the same vitriol that you would attack a giant company like EA, And that doesn't make any sense. This is a small independent studio of 12 people, This is not an EA game where they got hundreds of people working on it, day and night. And I actually liked the bare bones version when it first came out. I played it for like 50 plus hours, just going planet to planet, mining. That's all I did, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It was a really relaxing game, and I was able to listen to a podcast while playing it. I had no problem with the bare bones version, but yeah, the game's actually quite something now with all the extra features. But still, I can't believe people really trashed this game when it came out. about Nathan Drake. I think that was their intention with making this. They want to show that Nathan Drake, while he's a great character and he really does make the games, he's not essential. You can, do an Uncharted with a different character and have the same swashbuckling action and stuff like that. Have the same sense of humor and just, a good game. Uncharted Lost Legacy. I recommend everybody check it out. But hold on, yeah, let's do this one actually. But now we got the Uncharted Collection. There's like a little sticky thing on it. The Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection. These are all three of the PS3 Uncharted games, remastered for PS4. And yeah, if you haven't played these games, what are you waiting for? You have to play these games. Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, and Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception. This is what, this is what I live for with games. These kind of games, these kind of single player, narrative driven, action type games that are as fun to watch as they are to play. And I remember playing Uncharted 2 on PS3 for the first time, and just my mind being blown by how good the game looked and how good the story was and how good the multiplayer was for a multiplayer that was so basic. Like, everybody got the same guns to start the map, and they put special weapons on the map and you would just run around and shoot each other. It was a lot of fun. They didn't include the multiplayer for Uncharted 2 on here, which was quite the disappointment. It was quite the disappointment. But still, great remasters. They look good, they sound good, they play good. I would actually say they play better than the originals, which they should. If you're remastering it, it should play better. But yeah, excellent game. Love Uncharted. But now for the granddaddy, the best Uncharted game in my opinion, and that's Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Rated T, but I almost feel like it should be rated M, because there's a lot of, adult themes in here that, might not be appropriate for younger audiences, and it's just darker. It's way darker, and I love that. I love how dark it is. I think this game doesn't get enough credit for how good it is. I mean, we're talking about like a 25-hour campaign, roughly, with an excellent multiplayer, and just the acting is so good. Everybody's performances are out of this world. The gameplay mechanics all work. They're really good. The level design is insane. How fluid everything is. Like, you can go through a level and not stop, and you could probably get through it, if you take out the guys that are right in the correct order, you can get through a level. You could pretty much run through the game if you wanted. But yeah, I love it. I love the pirate theme, and I love how there's nothing supernatural in this game. Because with every other Uncharted game, there's something supernatural that happens. There's something crazy that happens in the third act. And in this game, you find Libertaria, the pirate city, the fabled pirate city, and you're expecting, like, zombies or something. You're expecting something to happen. And it doesn't, It's just an abandoned city with a bunch of skeletons in it. And nothing supernatural happens. And it's way more emotional than any other Uncharted game. Because even Nathan Drake is expecting something to really happen, and it doesn't. And city at the end, and they're expecting like way more than what they get. But you know, the real treasure is the friends made along the way, right? That old cliche. And it's a thief's end because this is Nathan Drake's last journey as, you know, the swashbuckling hero. And it's kind of sad, but, you know, they have a daughter by the end of the game, and she's probably gonna take up the mantle for the next Uncharted. We'll see what happens. But yeah, excellent game. I enjoyed every second. I actually feel like it's time to replay this game. I feel like it's time to go back and go through the game again and replay it. Just so much fun. I do love Naughty Dog. Let's just say that. Alright, so the last few games here are just like, you know, smaller game. This isn't a small game at all, but the last few are. So, here's Mirror's Edge Catalyst. This is essentially like a remake of the first Mirror's Edge game, and they made it an open world, you know, game. And I didn't really get that far into it. I just like, you know, I lost interest, but I feel like I might go back to it one day. Because I really do love that first Mirror's Edge game. The level design of the first Mirror's Edge game is pretty on point. And in this game, they just make it a massive city. And I feel like they kind of lost a little bit of that, what the first game had. And that was like perfect level design, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a perfect way to run through the game. And in this game, it's just like pick a direction and go, really. I don't feel like it's as fluid as that first game because we're talking about completely different design in this game. This is an open world, you know, go any direction type game. And the original game was a linear, you're going down a set path and you have to make precise jumps. But you know, I think I'll go back to this one day and play it because it still has that crazy, unique art style with the white city, and it just looks fantastic. So yeah. I adore it. The first game. So I really want to go back and give this game a fair chance, for sure. I just think I wasn't in the right mindset when I first picked it up, you know. I just wasn't feeling another open world game. I was just like, oh god, another one. But you know, I want to go back. I have no idea how they changed the story or whatever, so that'll be nice to see. Alright, here's these smaller games right here. This is Crime and Punishment, Sherlock Holmes. A good detective game. If you want a break from all your action games and stuff like that, and you just want like a detective, you know, you're looking for clues and stuff like that, I recommend Crime and Punishment and this whole like Sherlock Holmes series. Very good games. It's definitely a slower pace. It's definitely you know, take your time type game. No rush, you know. I think this game's only like 5 to 10 hours. So, you know, not a lot of experience, but a fun game. It goes through all of Sherlock Holmes, like stories. There's actually a great Sherlock Holmes book that has a collection of all of Sherlock Holmes stories and stuff like that. And this game pretty much tackles a lot of those same stories. You know, analyze the clues, interrogate the suspects, name your culprit, and you can get it wrong, you know what I'm saying? You could definitely name the wrong people and mess up and stuff. So, my goal with playing the game is to be, be perfect, get all the clues, and make sure I get the right, guy. Of course, it is very funny when you get the wrong person. I think it's just hilarious. It's hilarious when you get the wrong person. But yeah, you're looking for a slow-paced game that's not action-heavy. Go with Sherlock Holmes. It reminds me of the Telltale games. And funny enough, there's a Telltale game coming up here soon. As far as, being a detective, slow-paced game that's not really, doesn't have a lot of fidelity to it, I would say. Like, the frame rates are really low on this game, It is not meant to be a quick twitch shooter, So, let's talk about, let's talk about this Telltale game. And, we'll end it with this one, for now, because I see we're getting a little stretched for time, but, it's, my favorite Telltale game, and that's Wolf Among Us. I feel like this is the one that played the best, and it still had frame rate problems, but it's my favorite, because I never knew what this story was, or what this comic book series was, and then I played this game, and I had to go seek it out, because I just love the world. I love this, world they created with this game, or, the comic book series, created, right? It's like another detective, noir game, and, you play a detective that turns into a werewolf, and you have to go through these, fairy tale, creatures that live in a city, and I love the idea, I love the world. I didn't want to leave it when I was playing it, what I'm saying, I just wanted to keep being a detective. If they could somehow make, a giant, open world game, where you play fairy tale creatures that are, rated M detective noir stuff, that'd be cool. I really do enjoy detective noir stuff. And, these are all the PS4 games I want to show you right now. I highly recommend this Telltale game. There's a bunch of Telltale games. Of course, they had to shut their doors because they weren't very smart with their money. They were making bank with these games, and somehow they were losing money. It doesn't make any sense because these games are not expensive to make. In fact, they took a lot of shortcuts, and that's why the frame rates are so bad on these games. That's why they don't play that good. But the idea was good, make smaller games where, it's a point-and-click adventure where you're making dialogue decisions. That should work, and you shouldn't really have these frame rate problems. It should be playing fine, But yeah, out of all of them, Walking Dead, and Wolf Among Us, and I even like the Back to the Future game they did. I would say those are the best ones they ever did. They also did Game of Thrones and Jurassic Park, and they did a Batman one, and the Batman one was god awful. I have the Batman one somewhere because I'm a big Batman fan, but boy, it was god awful. But anyway, that's gonna do it for now. That's your PS4 games. This part 2. And yeah, we still got more PS4 games to go over. And I have some steelbooks for PS4 that I want to show off. And obviously, tons of PS3 games to go through. I have a couple Vita games, so I might show those in the next PS4 video. Anyway, thanks for joining, guys. I hope everyone had a good night's sleep. I hope everybody gets some good night's sleep. And, I'm noticing, there's people subscribing and leaving comments. I do read all your comments, and you'll know when I read your comments because I'll leave the heart. I'll leave a heart for me, so you know I read it. And sometimes I'll respond. But yeah, I see people subscribing every day, and it's pretty cool. Thank you all for joining. I'll keep making these collection videos. I want to do more reading videos too, and we'll just keep going for as long as we can this year. My schedule's gonna get pretty tight in the next couple weeks. I start my bachelor program on the 17th, so I have till then to make videos, really. And then when I start doing school, we'll see how I'm gonna make my schedule for these videos. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. I'll see you on the next one. Good night. I still got this guy go back.